Hey guys, you're watching Boogie Plays Games, or sometimes Boogie Plays Games, and tonight I wanted to play a game. I wanted to play Magic the Gathering and record like a vlogging experience from my local pre-release. I couldn't do it. It turns out that both of the stores that I wanted to try to go to were sold out to capacity. Well, fortunately, even though there was no seating left, they were able to put me into the tournament at one of the stores, and then I got my pack and I dropped, and I brought it home, and I'm going to open it for you guys. I could have stayed and tried to play, but the problem with that was it simply was too crowded. I could barely move around the store. They were right at capacity. They knew what their fire marshal limit was, and they were right at it, and they weren't letting anybody else into the store, and I just took up way too much room. This seems like a really good limited set, though, so I'm kind of regretting not getting to play, but I'm sure I'll draft it at some point. I'll probably draft it online at the very, very least. Let's see. Start off with our promo. Our promo is Ulvenwald Hydra, 6 casting cost, reach. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Fairly simplistic card, but very, very big. 6/6, probably by the time you cast it, 7/7/8/8. I mean, if there's a ramp deck and standard, this will go there. This would feed a ramp deck and some cubes, probably my cube. So that's probably a cube-worthy card. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, or 6 packs to open. Now, I know it's a little unfocused here, for the table, but we will be able to zoom in a little bit. Now, this set is a little weird if you're used to watching my unboxings. We're going to have our usual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 commons? These packs are crazy. Then we're going to have our uncommons. We got the Lightning Axe. We got, I know Lightning Axe from the last set, or the last time we were in Innistrad. Pick the brain. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and exile that card with Delirium. If there are 4 more card types amongst cards in your graveyard, search your library's graveyard for hand and library for any number of cards with the same name. Well, it's nice to see this effect at uncommon. Of course, you have to trigger Delirium to make it really go. There's our uncommon land cycle to make this set a little more playable. There's your rares, or your rare, Declaration in Stone. We also have a foil back there. I'm excited to see what that is, but let's go with Declaration in Stone first. White in 1, sorcery. Exile target creature and all other creatures its controller controls with the same name as that creature. That player investigates for each non-token creature exiled this way. Investigate is a cool mechanic. I think it's very powerful and limited. I don't know where else it'll be playable. Exile target creature and all other creatures its controllers. So it's good at blasting out tokens. It's very, very good. Cool art, too. Is that Sorin? That's probably Sorin. So behind that, we are going to have a flip card. And the flip card this time is uncommon. It's Thraben. Gargoyle 1, casting cost 2/2. Artifact creature, Gargoyle with Defender. 6 mana, you can transform it. And on the back side, transformed. For those of you who have not seen a transforming card before, it becomes a 4/2 flyer without Defender. This card is very, very pickable in draft or playable in any limited format to trigger Delirium. Well, that is a very nice foil. I guess some of you are probably eyeing it already. Forsaken Sanctuary, enters the battlefield tapped, white, and, oh, never mind. I thought it was a good land. Never mind. That's good for casual. That's definitely not going into the cube or anything. So with these flip cards, there's a chance you'll get extra uncommons. With these flip cards, it's possible to get extra rares, extra mythics. There's a chance you'll open 2 mythics in a pack. Then you could also open a foil mythic, so there's an opportunity to open 3 mythics per pack. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Normal number of cards. That was weird, though. Let's go straight to the back. The rest of these packs. That's what's really exciting. Not the commons. Not the uncommons. Here's a rare. Invocation of Saint Traft. 1 blue and a white. Enchantment aura. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, put a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Exile that token to the end of combat. This is an okay card. Turns any creature into a Geist of St. Traff. Problem is, it doesn't also give Shroud, which was really the best part of the Geist of St. Traff. If it did that, it would probably be too powerful at that casting cost. But then again, so was Geist of St. Traff. And that didn't stop him. Our flip card is a common. Gastoff Arsonist. Boring. And a check card instead of a land. And a clue token. There's some really cool clue tokens custom made out there. My favorite is all of the Blues Clues variants. Those are the ones that amuse me the most heavily. I loved Blues Clues. That's one of my favorite shows. Braided Ajar. 2 mana for an artifact. For 1 mana, you can tap it and put a charge counter on Braided Ajar. Then you may cast an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Braided Ajar from your hand without paying its mana cost. And I guess that does mean you can play it at instant speed, which is super exciting. For 3 mana tap it, you can remove X charge counters from Braided Ajar, scry X. So this is kind of like Aether Vial for spells. It's a little more complicated than Aether Vials. It had the ability to tick down as well as tick up. It costs mana to activate. Weird, freaky card. I don't know where this card belongs. Certainly will be played in as an EDH staple for a lot of decks, though. Aberrant Researcher is our flip card. Boring. Boring. There he is on his backside. Limited fodder, I think. 1, 2, 3 packs to go. We're halfway through. This would be an interesting sealed pool, I think. I would be happy with this. We could definitely play with Braided Ajar, Geist of... I mean, that's working right there. So let's see if... Let's see. I should have played, maybe. Maybe I should have used these cards to play. Welcome to the Fold. This also goes along with our rares. Welcome to the Fold. 2 and 2 blue. Has a madness cost of blue, blue, and X. Gain control of target creature if its toughness is 2 or less. If Welcome to the Fold's madness cost is paid, instead gain control of that creature if its toughness is X or less. So you need a madness enabler. There's a good number of them in the set. Otherwise, it's just not very good. 4 casting cost. Steal a 2 toughness guy. Still a weenie for 4 mana. So many control magic effects in the game that's not really necessary. But the madness cost can make it okay. Would have been very good for limited though. Lamholt Pacifist. 2 casting cost 3/3. Can't attack unless you have a big dude. There's their flip side. I was hoping for like a pretty werewolf. You know, but it's just a werewolf. I like pretty werewolves. She's pretty on the first side. Alright, this pack and one more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. Boom. Here is our rare. Slayer's Plate. 3 mana for a +4/+2 for equipped creatures. This is equipment. Whenever a equipped creature dies, if it was a human, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. That would have also been very, very good for limited. Especially if you have some decent humans. Not great anywhere else, but definitely very solid for limited. The Hinterland Logger. She's strong. Wow. 2 cast to cost 2/1. At the beginning of each upkeep with no spells were cast last turn. Flipper. And she becomes a 4/2 Timber Shredder. Man. No big money rare so far, certainly. Mostly cards that would have been very, very fun and limited. But let's hope for the best here. Let's get something exciting. Ooh, here is Cryptolith Rite. Enchantment, green and 1. Creatures you control have tapped to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. That is an interesting card, especially in some sort of token build. You could go completely insane with that. Definitely a build around me card. And then when you build around it, there's no guarantee you'll get it. Would not have liked to have played with that unlimited, but now this is really weird. We got two flip cards. Huh. I bet that means there's a set out there without a flip card. Or a pack out there without a flip card. Autumnal Gloom. Enchantment. Put the top card of your library in your graveyard for a black. Delirium, if you're in step, you get to flip it. If you have Delirium, and it becomes a 4/4 trample hexproof. Weird card. I love flip enchantments. That's pretty cool. and then Handwire Militia Captain, and it's a rare. Maybe that's why we got 2 flip cards. Weird. The packs are so weird for this set. I can't wait to open a box for you guys. This is such a weird set. 2 casting cost 2/2 at the beginning of your upkeep. If you control 4 or more creatures, flip them. On the back side, we have his Westville Cult's leaders. Power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control at the beginning of your end step. Put a 1/1 white and black human cleric creature token to the battlefield. I like this guy. I definitely like this guy. If tokens are a thing, that'll be interesting. Well, that's my sealed pool. I mean, the commons and uncommons are really what make a sealed pool playable. But this is what I would have been able to play with had I stuck it out. But I definitely did not. I decided I would come home and spend more time with you. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon. See you when we open a box later next week. Next week, right? Yeah, like a week and a half away. See you then.